For me, on my opinion of the show, honestly, I've been hearing things. I've never seen it, but seeing this, honestly, I usually have this 5 episode rule. If I watch 5 episodes of it and see if I like it, I would continue watching it. If I didn't, I would stop. Honestly, this really piqued my interest after watching more and more of it as it progressed on. Um, Honestly, even the animation wise, what they did improved over in season two, which has been pointed out, and I noticed. And sure, things were being here and there were different, and it showed completely right. And there was some filler here and there, which not too big of a fan of filler, but I could deal with it for this series. But definitely like the '90s style, I can enjoy as well because not just the style of the animation, but the characters, the humor, the development, the action. It's very, very enjoyable to say the least, and it's the type of anime I would see myself growing up with in the '90s. So it's personally I can typically enjoy. And not only that, I started to enjoy the story, even though it seemed a bit loosey, a bit, if it makes sense at first.
Yeah.
Like, it was a little bit over the place, but not too much or so. But I did enjoy it for what it was, and I did enjoy every aspect of it, regardless. But if I had to give this a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I would most likely give it a 9.5 out of 10, basically 9.5.
Well, to be fair though, it was mainly around the galactic ley line. So,
That's another shot.
yep, that's another
Hmm.
shot. Also, I want to point one more thing out is that the style of animation was actually more dark and gritty than it was, light and cheerful and stuff.
Considering that the
So,
show had a lot of lighthearted humor moments too.
yeah, light-hearted humor, but very dark animation style.
Yeah, but there are aside from the dark humor and stuff, there are moments that got very real, like that one moment when I'm just gonna say this was even though it's a metaphor, but it's not about the ending. It's that one episode where Jean tried to comfort Malfina a bit. Y'all know that one episode I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
what you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, that one episode basically. It seemed like she got in this very serious situation where she was struggling a bit, and Jean showed comfort to her. Basically, how I felt like it got a bit real because there are real moments like how that one little girl, Jim liked and stuff, but
On Leo.
yeah, on Leo, but that didn't end well for those
Yeah.
two, which
Ready
kind
Yeah.
of
to check
sucked.
yourselves. It's brutal.
Yeah, but yeah, there are some real deep, serious situations, but I can get through that because it shows that an anime like can go that far. Shows that it's a good anime because they're not willing to hold back any punches in a way, and not afraid to show any realism in this sort of speaking matter. You know what I mean?
Not to mention, if you
Hmm.
look closely, there's a lot of life lessons imparted. Like, what was it?
Mhm.
A person has a right to dream and don't fear failure. Believe in yourself.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. If you look carefully in throughout the series, you'll see stuff like that. And not just that. Look at Tsunami promos. Look at what is it? If you hell,
Right.
there's even a soundtrack called Broken Promise Dreams from Tsunami. I say look it up somewhere on YouTube or whatever. It it tells you some of the same stuff. The point is, like, take some lessons from this series as well. You'll be surprised what you'll learn, what kind of little bit of knowledge you'll gain from it. Overall, I strongly recommend this series.
Yeah, and the question that basically comes to the end of the day of every review: does this show hold up? Basically, saying we basically see if the show we review doesn't still hold up from how it was back then and still hold up today. Basically, saying where we if we watch this again, will we enjoy it now from how it was back then? And I think I could say for the majority of this, absolutely, this holds up.
Hmm.
Hmm. For
Zammy,
like everyone
Mm-hmm.
here.
you think it holds up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Zammy?
Zami agrees too, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Because here's the thing, it got us hooked on the story even a bit. It got us hooked on the characters we love. The animation was all right. Some sure there was missing plot holes here and there, but
And
if it
the
really
pacing
got us
was a
hooked
bit
on the
iffy.
show itself, then I think it's a passing grade of how we would love to see it more.
I I would love to see, not gonna lie, a video game of the Outlaw Star, to be honest with you, because I feel like that would also have some possibilities there. Maybe
So,
a
by the
movie.
way, I forgot to mention this, but I'm just gonna say this here on the review right now. But I actually had my mom get the fucking complete DVD series of Outlaw Star on DVD, just for
Oh
myself
Lord.
to enjoy.
Nice. Well done.
I had to. I just had to because it was just too fucking enjoyable. I saw they were selling that shit because I wanted to see if they were selling other Outlaw Star merchandise, but I saw they were selling the DVD completion series and all that, and I was like, I was gonna see if I could get this, and luckily it's on my way. Thank God.
Also, might want to sprinkle a little fun facts here and there, guys. There was a sequel planned for Outlaw Star, but it got thrown out because of production issues and the fact that when the details of it were first leaked, when it was just a rough draft, fans did not take well to it at all. Mainly because 3 major characters were written out of series, for the most part, or altogether. The sequel was supposed to be called Outlaw Star 2: The Sword of the Wind, and unfortunately, Aisha and Suzuka would have been taken out of series altogether, which did not sit well with fans at all. Melfina would have had only a couple cameos at best, and Gina and Jim's partnership basically fractured to the point where they basically were no longer they were no longer partners.
Yeah, it gets real.
But this
But
was
if
the
anything,
supposed sequel, but as far as I'm aware, this was canceled, so it's not canon or anything.
yeah, but if anything, who knows? It might show in the manga if you guys want to read that.
Okay, before I forget, any moments in particular you disliked about Outlaw Star? Like any moments, not characters in this case.
I Well, let me ask. Max, do you got any moments you disliked about Outlaw Star or not really?
Obviously, no series
Well,
is perfect.
I mean, there were a couple of times where it felt like maybe there was a little. Okay, I know we say, some of us say that maybe some of the, filler was all right, but it just feels like, not every anime, is perfect, like you said, and sometimes filler can be an issue when it comes to anime story and stuff like that. I'm not saying the filler wasn't, bad, but it could have,
It was lackluster. It could have been better, basically.
it could have been a little bit less filler, just a little tiny bit, but not too much. But in all seriousness, I think that the fact that it still has a 9 out of 10 for me, it still holds up even if the filler was a little kind of rolled on for a little while.
True that. Though there were some
Zam-
episodes that looked like filler, but they weren't. But that's hard to spot. You'd have to look carefully.
Yeah.
Zammy, what about you? Any moments or things you disliked about the show?
Like I said, like I mentioned before, they took their sweet time trying to get back into the actual story. So the only thing I say is a downgrade for this anime is the filler. It's a bit much.
Depends on the filler episode, to be fair. Okay, for example, you have the episode of the Hot Springs episode. That one was actually only somewhat filler, because it actually plays into the next couple episodes after.
Right. Crossy, what about you? Any moments or stuff you disliked about the show? Aside from Fred and the McDougal brothers.
We're talking about the moments in the series here.
Just a part in the Hot Springs episode where there's like a counter and they're like freaking. Oh my god.
Hazard, what about you?
Honestly, Hilda's unfortunate end.
Yeah,
That too.
Because there was so much potential with Hilda, and it was just... I felt like there was so much more to Hilda. I mean, granted, she still made a huge impact after what happens to her, but still.
Yeah,
It's just, you see this girl? Alright, she's gone.
pretty much, which is sad, because I did like Hilda a bit, to be honest with you.
Was really awesome characters, has a lot of potential, a lot of room for growth, and it was just, but it also struck this home that you're not guaranteed to live a long life. So there's that.
As for me, there's not too many I disliked or dislike moments, but aside from the Hilda thing, because sometimes when I see a character that's just kind of, what's the word, like, have good potential or just kind of got killed off so quick you barely get to know much about the character, it kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah.
It just sucks. Like, when you get attached a bit to a character or want to know more about the character, but the show is just like, no, you ain't get knowing. This is our last moment. We're ever coming back. It just things like that always irks me. Just like, well, goddamn it, now I ain't gonna know anything.
It's just funny that ironically, her death proved to be the catalyst. Like, it had more light. It brought more light into the series long term, which is hilarious.
Basically, all we can say about it is that it had a tremendous butterfly effect as soon as she died.
But honestly, other than that, I think it was okay.
At least she didn't go down like, she went down fighting at the end.
Well, of course, I'm glad she went down fighting instead of, well, a coward's way or a bad way, you know what I mean?
She literally said, outlaws don't go down easy.
Yeah. But I think that's everything we need to talk about.
Oh, right. We should have addressed this really early on, but yeah, we kind of hijacked the Outlaw Star's hangar for a bit.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. They'll be fine before the security alarms go off or anything.
Actually, I cleared it.
Okay, thank God. Also, speaking of the Outlaw Star hangar, we forgot to do the ship's AI first.
Gilliam?
Yeah.
Yeah, point blank, the Outlaw Star is built with literally the tech of the space military, the space forces, and the pirates.
Because do what you want, because the pirate is free.
You are a pirate.
The Outlaw Star is literally built with the ability to find and navigate the galactic ley line. That's literally what it was built for.
That's another shot, by the way.
Oh my god.
we're fucking dead. Anyway, but yeah, if that's
an anime sense for Outlaw Star.
Yeah, but if that's everything, I think we could call this review a wrap up.
And I think
I would say so.
Definitely holds up, regardless of
But yeah, don't take our words for it, guys. If you want to see it for yourselves, go ahead and check it out. Let's get the DVDs or find a website to watch the anime on or something. Oh, hey, who knows? It might come on Netflix one day.
Yep, I think it was on Netflix at one point, but I could be wrong. Either way, though, guys, like Justin said, check it out. See what you might think of the series. Like, don't just take what we say as the only thing to say on the matter. Like, consider. Try and develop your own opinion of it. All we can do is give you tidbits without any major spoilers here. So please look to it yourself. There's a lot going on at once in this series. Trust me.
But yeah, but as always, we'll be signing out. But before we do, I'd like to thank our guests, Lazamasu and Supreme God Chaos, aka Max here.
All right.
No problem.
Yeah, Crossy, you have to add the laugh counter.
Or frickin' counter every time tits were mentioned or something. Anyway.
Also,
I think that was only twice.
What'd you say, babe?
Just to spite you guys, Galactic Leyline.
Galactic Leyline.
I'm just gonna cover your mouth. Anyway. Yeah, he licked my hand. Gross. That's how you get corona, kids. Anyway.
Gross.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you like, I can let the guests sign themselves out, and then we'll do our usual sign out. Or say the last words to the audience.
Well, the only thing I have to say is Galactic Leyline.
I will throw a boot at you, sir.
And for you, she has left a boot to the head. And one Virginia!
But in all seriousness, anything you want to say to the audience or something in general, Max?
Well, all I can say is if you do choose to check my channel out, I haven't really posted anything in like months, but I might at some point. You can't really hold me against that though, so go at your own risk, I guess.
By the way, he thinks Boku no Pico is a great anime.
No, it is not an anime. It is a damn hentai, and you know it.
That's terrible. You're terrible.
I knew you were gonna say it at some point, and I'm waiting for it.
Anyway,
Zanny.
but we're glad to have you on, Max. Lazy, do you want to say anything?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you for having me over. It's something really nice to do other than, voice acting and all that stuff that I do on my channel. For the audience, as far as I go, if you do decide to click on the link to go over onto my channel, I have not uploaded in forever until much more recently. With this whole entire quarantine stuff, I am not able to record as much as I have wanted to be. Also, I have been absurdly sick with stomach problems, so I've felt queasy the last month. So I've been off work and, all that horrible stuff.
Speaking of which, for a little surprise for Lazy here, we'll put a little link to our donation link to our PayPal in the description below just to help her out in her timing need. For those who wish to donate.
And if you also leave my Twitter handle down there, it's Lady Zamasu YT. YT standing for YouTube. I am doing commissions. I am at least a fourth way to my goal, so I can feed myself and take care of bills for next month, which is May.
Yep. All right, my two retro warriors in arms. You want to do your things?
Well, this has been fun, and if you guys enjoyed this lovable episode, don't forget to hit the notification bell and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for any crossover content, or don't forget to hit the little notification bell so whether or not you don't miss a thing. I will see you guys later, or we will see you guys later.
Hazard?
Okay, basically, once again, I just like a lot of the other reviews, except maybe Lunatics. I enjoyed doing this review, to be honest. Just basically, especially when it's one of the shows I hold dear to my heart, basically, because after getting you guys to actually sit down and take a look at it, I can safely say I've got at least a good 8 or 9 people hooked on this series. I know Riku, when I showed this series to him, he basically said, what was it, that he would, if he had to pick, if he had to pick a favorite, it was definitely Melfina for him, and I don't blame him, because she's one of my favorites, as I said earlier. But anyways, I'm dragging this out. At this point, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed doing this, and I'm hoping to do more of not just these series, but any others you guys hold close to your heart. If it's just us retro warriors or whoever's out there. And also, before I forget, I am not a mad fucking scientist. Go fuck yourself.
We're still looking for the hidden laboratory. Bear with us.
Since we're here in their hangar, do you guys want to draw a penis on the fucking side of the ship?
As long as we say Fred was here, then sure.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll blame it all on Fred.
Yeah, nobody likes them. Yeah, as always, we hope you do enjoy, and as always, if you guys do have a show for us to recommend, please leave in the comments. Just be sure it doesn't get us copyrighted or in trouble with certain companies like Disney, Hasbro, Funimation, and all that jazz.
Just let's not get us in trouble with those companies, especially Toei. They tend to be really aggressive about that stuff.
And for you guys, we'll review up to any show as long as it stops at 2010. Will that be a good number?
Yep, because if it was something that aired after 2010, we can't guarantee you we're gonna review it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thundercats 2011.
Yeah, sorry, but if anything, we don't really go off after 2010 year or shows that are still ongoing, like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents. And sometimes we won't review.
Ongoing. I checked.
And there are shows we won't review that are from the old school because they could be way too long and it will take us way too much time to try to catch up and review.
Case in point, case closed, One Piece. They're nearing 1,000 episodes. No, thank you.
Yeah. And don't forget Pokemon, because that show is ridiculously long, and we're never going to review that shit.
And it's already got its 23rd season, so...
Yeah, we're never
Oh
going
my
to...
God.
And I believe it's going to be ongoing with that fucking Sun and Moon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Series after he got his fucking Unova win, but whatever the case may be, we're just not gonna. The point is, if it's that much time, we're not gonna be able to do it. So we're gonna work with what we can. But if that's everything, these have been the Retro Warriors. These have been our little guests, and we'll see you next time. Say bye, guys.
Later,
Bye.
people.
I got black spray paint.
Bye.
Later, guys.
There's this noise. Gunk, 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 gunk. That's your pulse.
Can you imagine what it's like to fly with the SWAT Cats?
Your stomach kind of bounces up inside your mouth.
Well, now you can take off with T-Bone and Razor every night of the week. 5 radical episodes every Monday through Friday.
Yeah!
Fly with SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron. Starting next week at 6 on the home of SWAT Cats, Cartoon Network.
Ecstatic! Go! Magoozy's most shocking action hero is fired up twice every single night. Somebody's working overtime. Back-to-back episodes of Static Shock every day at 5:30 and 6. I heard that. On Magoozy.
For the next time on Retro Warriors.
This is the end of the road.